6000 años antes de Cristo, de forma accidental, nacía una bebida que cambiaría el rumbo de la historia. Uile TV, el programa cervecero. Bienvenidos a Uile TV, el programa para los amantes de la cerveza y para aquellos que a partir de hoy la van a amar. En Inverness, Escocia, frente al río Ness, conocimos una increíble cervecería y destilería, Uile Bheist. Llegamos a Inverness y tuvimos la suerte de encontrar un brewpub frente al río que se llama Uile Bheist. Y creo que lo dije bien. Estoy junto a Michael, que es el encargado del bar y de los tours en esta fábrica. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
First, thank you to open the door for us and talk with us. Start with the little story of this new brewing.
Yeah, so we were officially established in 2022, and we're situated within the grounds of the Glen Mhor Hotel and Apartments. And so we were kind of born out of the idea of wanting to supply fresh beer to our hotel guests here on the site. And so we're situated right on the banks of the River Ness, and this is kind of where we take our inspiration for what we do.
First hotel and then the brewery.
Yes, correct, yes. Our owners took over the hotel in 2006, and for a long time they've wanted to put this brewery on the site to supply fresh beer to our customers.
Fantastic for the tourists.
Yeah. And so because of where we're situated, this is where we've taken our inspiration for our products, for our beers. So we're situated on the banks of the River Ness, and this is where the legend of the Loch Ness Monster is said to begin.
Yeah, here is exactly, no?
Yes, so our name, Uile Bheist, it's Gaelic, and it translates into monster.
Continue. Then?
Yeah, the legend of the Loch Ness Monster is that in the year 565, St. Columba is said to have banished a water monster into the river. And he sent her up the river into the loch, where she now stays, of course. And so being on the banks of the river, this is where we've taken our inspiration from for what we do here. Yeah. We have 8 sort of fermentation vessels, 4 larger, 3,000 litres, and then 4 smaller, 1,500 litres. We've got 5 different beers in our core range. So we have a lager, a New England style IPA, a West Coast style IPA, a light session ale, and then a stout as well.
The head brewer is from Bavaria, no?
Yes, correct, yes. So all of the kit that we have is from Kasper Schultz in Bavaria also. And so our brewer, Lucas, he, being from the region, he came to us through Kasper Schultz, who supply our equipment, and we sort of sponsored him and brought him over here with the hopes of making some excellent beer. Yeah.
With a lot of knowledge.
Correct, yes, absolutely, yeah, for sure. Yeah. We have wells on site that supply us with water that we can then use for all of our production, but also across the whole hotel too. So we pass it through a UV filter, and we then use it for our production, but also the hot water, the heating, and the water supply for the hotel. And then we also take the water and we pass it through water source heat pumps. and these convert the heat in the water into energy that we then use to power the sides. Over on this side, we have sort of combined mashing equipment that we use for both the beer and the whiskey making.
Tuvimos la suerte que mientras estábamos con Michael nos encontramos con el head brew de este lugar increíble que se llama Lucas, que viene de Bavaria con una formación muy grande a hacer la cerveza de esta increíble cervecería. Estamos con Nicole, que ella está encargada del mash del whisky. Esta es la parte de la destilería. Hi, Nicole.
Hi there.
Okay, can you tell a little bit with this part?
Yeah, of course. So this is just our fermentation just now. I'm currently cleaning a machine, but these three are full. About 42 hectolitres of wash. So it's sitting at around 8% alcohol.
And then suddenly suppose, okay, beer and whiskey, why not?
Yeah, so we used to have 3 distilleries in Inverness up until the early 1980s, and they were all closed down and fully demolished. This kind of brought about the idea of actually wanting to also revitalise the whiskey industry and the distilling industry within Inverness as well. And so we now have both a combined brewery and distillery where we're aiming to make single malt Scotch whisky too.
We must wait a little bit to the first whiskey.
Yeah, we're only a little over 2 years into production, and so just about 1 year until we can see that first whiskey coming out after it spent those 3 years in the cask. Yeah.
Can you explain the system of the bar to the beer?
I mean, it certainly looks lovely, but funnily enough, a lot of the additional pipework is, it makes everything look lovely. But we are very lucky that we can supply beer straight from the brewery right onto the bar there.
Direct.
Yeah, direct, yes. So just behind the wall, we have our sort of cold room where our kegs will then feed into the taps that we have on the bar, sort of through some of the pipeworks that you can see here as well. Yeah.
Invite the people, tell the dress, the time you open to come here to be enjoy with this beautiful place and I suppose perfect beers.
Yeah. We're situated right in the heart of Inverness city centre on Ness Bank, and we're open every day, Monday to Sunday, 11 a.m. till 11 p.m. And always serving up all of our fresh beer and a whole array of Scotch whisky also.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah!
Gracias, Michael, Lucas y equipo, por tan cálido recibimiento. Beer, expertos en equipamiento cervecero, líderes en importación de equipamiento cervecero. Visita nuestro local en Rocha 1510, Barracas, y encontrá todo lo que necesitas para tu cerveza con calidad.
Nosotros amamos la cerveza, por eso nos encanta hacerla. Tener variedad, pero mucha variedad, muchas cervezas. Y aparte tenemos 2 bares para poder tomar entre amigos y compartirla. Fronton, una birra hecha por y para los amigos.
BAC, Vini Asesoría Cervecera.
Capacitaciones y análisis sensorial, a la distancia e in situ, diseño y mejora de recetas, estandarización de procesos, maximización de la productividad, mejora y compras estratégicas. Mi nombre es José Vini y creé BAC para ayudarte a mejorar tus birras.
BAC, mejora tu productividad. Hopsteiner, fundada en 1845, líder mundial en la industria del lúpulo. Calidad, sostenibilidad e innovación de nuevas variedades y productos de lúpulo. Hopsteiner, líder mundial en la industria del lúpulo. Fermentis, easy to use, fácil de usar. Inoculá directamente o rehidratá con mayor flexibilidad. Fácil, limpio y sustentable. Más información, fermentis.com.
Si no ves el 3 picos, parate en punta de pie.
Lúpulos Andinos, organizadores del Congreso de Lúpulo. Gorila, cervecería argentina. La evolución de la involución. En el stand de Hopsteiner, en la Dinktec, realizamos una increíble cata junto a Mathis Geserer, el head brewer de la planta de Hopsteiner.
I'm Mathis, I'm the brewmaster at Hopsteiner. We have a pilot plant. Today we're at the Dinktec in Munich at our booth. We have several beers on tap. There's 5 beers right now. And I'm going to tell you something about the beers and what we have in there and how they're supposed to be. First of all, we have a light lager with Nobella, which is a new aroma variety. It's a classic noble hop, not too much fancy citrusy or berry stuff. It's rather like a substitute for a Hersbrucker probably, or a middle fruit. We've did an 8 Plato lager, not too highly attenuated. Added some color. It's only a 3.3 elk, so I thought it might be nice to have a slightly darker color, and a slightly higher body to catch the hops. In this beer, I've utilized, as already mentioned, Nobella in 3 steps: at the beginning of boil, mid-boil, to get a leveled out and smooth bitterness into the beer, and then I've added a good portion of Nobella to the whirlpool to showcase the aroma of the hop. I personally like the beer, I love it. If you want to try it as well, just shoot me a mail and I can send you the recipe. Second, we've got the Nobella Fest beer. It's a bit more intense. It's a 14 Plato original gravity beer. Quite high attenuated as well. It's roughly around 6%. Loads of Nobella. Again, we have a Nobella beer. Beautiful new hop. There's loads of it in there. We've added 2 kg per 5 hectoliter in the whirlpool, so that's a huge hop burst in there. That's why we called it Hoptoberfest. It's a fest beer style beer, but with loads of hops. And yeah, it's kind of malty, but yeah, also very refreshing regarding the Nobella hop flower. Third in row would be our Erebus IPA. That's the heaviest one I have around here. We have a 17 Plato beer, highly attenuated. So we're up to almost 8% of alcohol, so very heavy body. Kind of sweetish, but not too much rest extract. The yeast did a great job to do a clean and smooth base layer. Erebus, the hop we utilized here, it's a new variety from our US breeding program. It's a very kind of red berry, blueberry hop, maybe some strawberry as well in there. It's really, really beautiful, really intense hop that kind of gets into a niche that we didn't have available on the market, in my opinion, like a dry hop that brings a berry flavor, a very rich, kind of sweetish berry flavor into the game. I'm not sure if I would utilize it again necessarily in a light IPA, but I think it would as a standalone. I love it actually, but I've heard some people who said, oh my, it's a bit sweet. But if you add a slight addition of a citrusy hop, there's a huge, it opens up, and there's a way more aroma in there. That hop, I can imagine that incredibly well in a black IPA, for example, when you have some roasted malt to counter the sweetness, and yeah, I think that would be lovely. I love that one as well, but since I have to drive today, I can't drink too much of it with an 8% alcohol. I'm sorry about that. Next up, we've got our dry hopped Pilsner, like kind of an Italian style Pilsner. Utilized Allora and Solero in that. The bitter hops for most beers, in the first 2 beers we only utilized Nobella as single hop. The IPA and the dry hop Pilsner, as well as the Akoya Lager we will have as last beer, utilized Helios P90 as the bittering hop, which is a beautiful bittering variety from the US. Very smooth bitterness, very pleasant, I love it. This dry hop Pilsner, we have Helios as the base layer, as a bitter hop. I've utilized Salvo Plus in the whirlpool, which is a liquid hop product. It's pourable at room temperature, very easy to handle. You just add, in that case I've added roughly 35 gram per hectoliter to the whirlpool, and by that you add a very, very bright orangey base aroma. And on top of that we have Allora and Solero as a dry hop. 2 stages of dry hop. The first 350 gram per hectoliter in the beginning of fermentation. Second dry hop was utilized was applicated at the beginning of maturation. We were still in the warm phase of fermentation, but at the end it brings very, very, very tropical, kind of passion fruity, mango, some slight citrus hints, and then there's the bright orange from the Salvo Plus in the whirlpool. So yeah, but the beer itself is very highly attenuated. It's a very lean body, And that goes very well with that fresh tropical notes that Alora and Solero bring in. So yeah, I love that. That's my personal favorite, I have to say. And it was our best seller here at the booth. So yeah, we've poured a lot of these beers. Hope you're gonna enjoy it later on maybe. And then we have the Acoya Lager. That's kind of a classic. We've had it in recent years. We're always redoing it again. The only thing I've changed about it, for the last years I used like a generic bitter ring hop, kind of like Hercules. Now I've switched that to Helios as well. And with that Helios, yeah, I think we've improved the bitter quality of that beer. Besides that, there's still Acoya in the whirlpool. It's a classic lager, 13p. It's 5.4 alcohol, I remember that right? Yeah. Yeah, you see bright color, beautiful, the foam is standing. It's a beautiful, just basic go-to lager. Acoya is a hop that brings a classic aroma, mostly kind of like a tradition or maybe a pearly as well. If you kind of overemphasizes in the whirlpool, it can also bring some slight citrus flavor to add to that classic note. So yeah, you're versatile with it because you can brew a classic lager or a pilsner without any off-style citrus, berry, whatever fruit. But if you add more of it into the whirlpool, like with a lead dosage of, I'd say, up from 80 to 90 microgram per liter linalool roughly, we would probably end up with a very slight citrusy top note, which, yeah, I think it increases drinkability and it's a super refreshing drink. Again, I have to drive, otherwise I would have already crushed it completely, but since that was my favorite, I'm gonna take that to say cheers, guys. Thanks for listening, and yeah, maybe see you next year at Brau. Cheers, guys.
Excelentes productos de Hopsteiner. No dejen de probarlos. Metamorfosis, cervecería de barrio. Parque Patricios. Antares 56 en la ciudad de La Plata. Vayan a disfrutar la exquisita cerveza y gastronomía. Choperas Cabo de Frío. La solución en fabricación e instalación de choperas. Frío Beer, chillers y torpedos, micro y macro cervecerías, asesoramiento profesional, instalación, www.friobeer.com.ar. Ámsterdam, Friends Factory, La Plata, el lugar en tu mundo. Molinos BZ, el punto justo de la molienda para la elaboración de cerveza. Cervecería artesanal Coleman. Un producto artesanal genuino. Coleman. Construyendo cervezas. Más notas en la Dinktec 2025. Estamos en la Dinktec, seguimos caminando la Dinktec y nos encontramos con Val, que es una empresa impresionante en el mundo de los envasados, pero ya vamos a estar hablando con María Alegre, que es argentina. Tenemos la dicha de tener una argentina acá, que bueno, va a charlar un poco acerca de esto. Hola María.
Hola, muchas gracias por venir a visitarnos. Bol es una empresa estadounidense que tiene 145 años de historia, está presente a nivel global, tenemos 60 plantas alrededor del mundo y nos dedicamos al packaging de bebidas y productos de cuidado personal y del hogar, solamente en aluminio.
Solamente en aluminio. ¿Cuáles son las opciones que trajeron en esta ocasión a la Dinktec?
Aquí trajimos todos los productos que ofrecemos para nuestros clientes que producen bebidas a nivel global. Trajimos latas y botellas con distintos acabados, distintas terminaciones. Trajimos distintos tamaños, distintas tapas para, bueno, obviamente acompañar a nuestros clientes en sus metas de desarrollo, de crecimiento y de branding.
Bueno, extraordinario, realmente un lujo el stand y una alegría encontrarte.
Gracias, muchas gracias por venir. Algo que me gustaría decir es que ganamos un premio en esta feria en términos de innovación con una tinta especial que desarrollamos para personalizar las latas al momento de imprimirlas en nuestras plantas, para darles más variedad y personalización a las marcas que son nuestros consumidores. Y también estuvimos ternados en los premios de sustentabilidad porque Bol tiene metas de sustentabilidad muy ambiciosas para descarbonizar nuestra producción hacia 2030. Bol, además de ser el principal productor de packaging de aluminio sustentable e innovador a nivel mundial, tiene una planta en Argentina, en la localidad de Bursaco.
Una de las marcas que ha pisado fuerte en la Argentina gracias a Dinktec, uno de nuestros sponsors, es Talos. Estoy con Gray, que es uno de los responsables, y vamos a charlar un poquitito de los productos. Hello, Gray.
Hello, hello.
Tell me about the extraordinary products of Talos.
Okay, first, very happy to see you and have a chance to introduce our company and our product to you. Okay, first, I like to PT cakes.
Yes.
Okay, you can see we have the different size, the different volume from 3 liter to 13 liters. The cake with bag or without bag. And it has different special dispensers, so we can meet different customers' different needs in different places. For example, in the bar or restaurant or home, even outdoors, a party, yeah, everything. Okay, this is for the cake. And we also have a new product this year is the sparkling water dispensers.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic.
Yeah. Because nowadays more and more people is want to have a very drinking, healthy drinking. The sparkling water is a very good choice. And as we are a manufacturer, we produce the ice band cooler before. And this is the same function, same system, so we made this product this year. And we also have a very wide product range, from the smallest 13 liter per hour to the biggest one, 160 liter per hour. Also can meet different restaurants.
Seguimos caminando la Dinktec y nos encontramos con Maco, una empresa que tiene estructuras enormes, y tenemos la suerte de volver a hablar en español con Luca Abretti. Hola, Luca.
Hola.
Un gusto.
Mucho gusto también para mí. Soy feliz que estás aquí. Un saludo a todos los argentinos. Okay.
Bueno, hablemos un poco de estas máquinas increíbles.
Sí, estas máquinas que presentamos aquí para primera vez tienen 3 patentes. Una por la cabeza por allá, una por la cabeza por aquí y una otra por la manipulación de un palco cuando está girado. Nosotros somos una compañía de Italia que hacemos maquinario así, paletización de cartón, de fardellos, de agua, de bebidas. Y nosotros intentamos de vender nuestro producto en todo el mundo.
O sea que podemos tener la esperanza de que llegue a la Argentina.
A mí me gustaría muchísimo.
Buenísimo. Bueno, estamos hablando de qué línea de producción, cuánta cantidad de elementos puede manejar.
Ahora, esta línea, así como la ves, puede trabajar hasta 600 capas por hora. Significa como 50.000 botellas por hora de litro y medio o 100.000 de medio litros.
Tremendo. Bueno, en la página de ustedes pueden tener toda la información.
Exacto, en Macco Italia, come y té.
Gracias.
A usted.